Hey YouTube, we'll just call this part 2 of the threading of the mini lathe. Now, part 1, pretty happy with that, I guess. But in the meantime, I've started without you and learned quite a bit. The whole idea that I place so much importance on in getting the stock pre-prepared is not necessary. I can always disengage my lead screw and do all the machining I need to do. The problem I found is, while I was preparing this, I got it all running true, and you take it out, and then tomorrow you put it back in, and it's not running true anymore. And unless you're using the 4-jaw chuck, that's a problem. So I'm thinking, why not just, do all the work, in the same setup. But I did manage to cut some threads. Here's the setup, and right away you'll notice something missing, and that is the compound is not installed. This is the cutting tool that I used. You can see I got it honed very sharp. And here's the piece that I did. And the genesis of this, let's just say, just a few minutes into it, I was ready to quit and go back to using dies to cut threads. But I stuck with it, and despite the fact that I had no external indicators on here, I was able to turn this 3/8 16, at least to my satisfaction. It's probably not a perfect thread, a perfect job, but this piece of hardware will slide on there. Wiggle. I got a little wiggle, but if I was, going up on it will tighten up to a shoulder. So what's next will be well, here's my start. Yeah, I was a little disenchanted there. If you can see both of them, and garbage. Never know if this is in focus or not. But I got a piece of 12L 14, and it is 375 thousandths. Let's see how true it runs. It's actually running pretty true. I may just take some material off the top of that just to get it running truer than what my eye sees as being true and what the machine will tell me. Obviously, are two different things. I have enough clearance to not really, so I need to pull that out just a little bit and see how much. See if it's still running true or not. There we go. That's probably better, isn't it? Yeah, that's still running pretty true. My lead screw is disengaged. There we go. Okay, that's just a skim there. So that's obviously not cleaned up. But let's try about 2 thou. Then see if that won't clean that up. Okay, just about 400 RPMs. Not sure. I don't think that's cleaned up there yet either. But we're getting close. Yeah, we're still a little bit out. So I'm going to do 3 thousandths, and that ought to finish it up. That should be a total of 5 thousandths taken off of that. On that aluminum piece that I threaded, in my haste, I failed to use any lubrication. Despite that, I was able to cut a working thread. I got Ade's workshop playing in the background. I kind of went back to my first experience with him. The first time I've seen his video, I saw this, well, how it is what it is. I saw this older gentleman on his hands and knees adding an addition to his shed. Still not cleaned up all the way. So I'm going to do 3 thousandths. Actually, I think that's another 5. 365 RPMs. And just call that a touch of oil. I drowned it. There, I'm getting all the way through it now. I did see something on AIDS' channel, he had received a viewer's gift of an MT2 taper soft end, or remachinable end. So basically, the M2 taper that I did in aluminum, and then again I did one in steel, to make an attachment for my tailstock for center drills, and I was thinking for a tap as well. Let me see, I think we're cleaned up now. Yeah, we're cleaned up, and we should be running true to the eye and true to the spindle. So let's go ahead and clean this up. So we'll switch tools now. Once again, high-speed steel. You can see on the edges, it's well honed, very sharp. And I'm going to just advance this until I'm putting a scratch there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I just have a scratch on that. So I'm going to zero my DRO, poor man's DRO. I am going to call a little machine shop and see if they'll replace the electronic part of this one on my compound. Clearly it was my fault it broke. I wound it into my tailstock and shattered the case. So I think we'll just go ahead and do a scratch pass at this point. So do I take any more, do I go in any deeper than what I just did there? I'm going to go in 1,000th because I'm touching now. Okay, there's one. I just want to, make a scratch pass. Okay, I'm going to back this up a little bit. I'm going to engage my lead screw. And my number to start on the thread dial is either number 1 or number 8. Which kind of rings odd to me. I would think that it would both be even or both be odd. So once I engage my lead screw, my half nut, I am probably going to leave it engaged. I've actually had pretty good luck leaving the tool engaged while reversing it out, but not, let's just say it jumped and fell back into the groove. So maybe that's not successful. Probably a practice I should not follow. So let me get down here on my dial and figure out where number 1's at. And there's number 1. And turn the machine off. Okay, so I'm going to pull it back. reverse, run it back. I'm going to take my DRO back to 1 plus 1. No, I don't know what I've lost in backlash, if anything. So I'm going to go ahead and advance this thing 3 1,000ths. So I'm going to take this up to 4 then. Okay, so I'm going to run this back. No, I'm going to run this back a little bit. Give me a little run up time. Okay, so I've got the machine going forward again. I've advanced it 3 thousandths. Okay, I'm still scratching the same line. I'm going to back it off. Go in reverse. So I need to go back to positive 4. And that should be 0. I'm going to put a little oil on it. And I'm going to go with 5 1,000ths and see what happens there. Back and forward. Okay, this time I'm going to run it back engaged. And I got away with that. Like I said, that's probably a practice. I don't want to continue. Okay, so let's go ahead and do, I'm going to do 6 1,000ths, take this up to 15. Trying to work my way up to a real okay, so I'm at 15. I'm going to back it off, reverse it, go back to positive 15. And that should be a 0. So, do I take a bigger cut? Do I try 10 thousandths? I'm going to do 5 thousandths. There's 5. It might take a month to get this thing done at this rate. Yeah, that was a respectable cut. The only problem is I forgot where I was at. I'm just going to take it to plus 25. I know that's close to where I was at. Back in forward. Okay, that was probably a little too aggressive. Back at 25. Okay, back to positive 25. I'm just gonna, this should be a scratch pass. I just want to see if my DRO is getting me back in the right spot. So I would say my DRO is not. Okay, that was reversing without withdrawing the tool. So I'm going to keep this process up, and so far I'm happy. I'm staying in the same lines. I think it's just going to be an act of patience. Okay, I thought this was going to take, like forever, multiple passes. What I ended up doing was doing a lot of spring passes. And went a little too far that time. Okay, well, nevertheless, let me reverse this thing out of my way, because in the past I've had to use little triangle file, clean out the threads, and the flat file to knock the points down, and well, not necessary in this case. It's very loose, so I went way too far. Now, is that because I machined my major diameter down too far? Or did I just cut too deep? I think it's truing this up, I lost my major diameter. But lesson learned, start with, I started with 3/8 stock, and what I had to machine to get the thing running true, I lost my major diameter. So next time I will start with something a little larger than my major diameter, machine it down to my major diameter. It'll be running true at that time, and I will have a proper fitting job there. So let's call this the end of running on the mini lathe part 2. Let me get this just right. I'm probably a mess. It's 7:21 in the morning a.m. I went to bed probably around 3 a.m. I'll be going back to bed here shortly. Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I hope this is helpful for somebody who is learning the mini lathe. And as I learn by watching other machinists, maybe a true beginner, like first time they turn the machine on, might learn something from me. But if you've had your machine running more than 4 or 5 hours, you may know as much as me. This is like life-changing for me, seriously, owning this machine. And, you know, if and when I get a mill, and if and when I get a larger lathe, you know, all the better. I'm having the time of my life. I truly am. To wake up after 3 hours of sleep and come out here in the wintertime in my garage and stand here for 2 or 3 hours. Shows some kind of dedication, but maybe not dedication, but bordering on an unhealthy interest in machining. So thanks, help this channel grow by sharing, liking, subscribing. I try not to push all that too much, but there are benefits to having different levels of subscribers. You can control the ads, I guess, and I don't even know if they run ads on my videos. I'm a premium YouTube member. I don't see ads, but I'm sure they are. Can't imagine they're generating a lot of income from my videos, but okay, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate you visiting with me. Check out Abe's workshop if you don't know this guy. He's flying by the seat of his pants, but man, he can do it because he knows what he's doing. Okay, we got some stuff. Is a Dayton manufacturing company. They didn't put a whole lot of teeth on the sprockets. Week that shook the world. Subject monster. (1953) British something, George Ray, Sally Gray, I'll get you. Battle of World War II. Okay, that's all the junk I have. The bicycle is the real score. Need to get that dated. And the ballast, of course. Anybody likes to grow indoors, this ballast will come in handy.